Hello and welcome back. So today is part 3 of my 2023 insert series where I'm going through all of my inserts for 2023. I'm sharing how I use them, what goes on the inserts, and how all of them kind of work together. So just to recap, we talked about my quarterly planning, which is essentially long-term planning, and then we talked about my monthly planning system, which is essentially just putting in important dates and having a calendar view of my month. So now we're on our weekly plan, and this is where I really get into the details and create my to-do lists and put in day-specific tasks. So I have the full year's worth of these weekly overview inserts from Infinite Lotus. These are MN044 on the Infinite Lotus website, and I love these because they're still an overview layout. You have your dated weekdays up at the top, and then on the bottom you have your priorities, your notes, and your to-dos. So this is very similar to the last weekly overview layout that I've used in several of my previous videos, but they're just a little bit different. I wanted to do something different for this year, but I had to choose something that was still obviously going to work for me, and these are perfect. They're just different enough to give me that fresh new feeling, but they still work just as functionally as my original favorites. And I do have the full year's worth of inserts in my planner, which is great. Each month starts with a monthly cover page. It's aligned, and I usually like to write in my top priorities or my top focuses for the new month. And then I start planning my weekly sections. So to plan for my weeklies, I reference my monthly calendar inserts. And my monthly overview has any important dates, so appointments, commitments, meetings, events, things like that. So I reference that, and if I have any dates for that week, I'll go ahead and add them into my weekly section. If I don't happen to have any important dates on my monthly calendar, then I'll just kind of start thinking about the week ahead. What do I have going on? Are there any important dates that I need to add into my weekly spread that I haven't had a chance to add to my monthly spread? Anything that is day specific goes directly into the weekly dated section, which is at the top of the insert. And I try to limit what I write in the top section. So if I have chores and to-dos and like lists of things that I need to get done, those don't go into the top overview portion. The overview really is just that. It's an overview. So I just want to glance at my schedule and see what the highlights for each day are, just so I can kind of see what the top priority is for each day. So for example, I might just write in meeting for Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, but of course I have way more things to do. So all of the rest of my to-dos get listed at the bottom. And I put in my top 3 priorities. I like to add at least one health thing, a personal thing, and maybe like a work thing into my priorities, or if I have like a big project I'm working on or a deadline, that will go in priorities. The rest of my listing is usually like home stuff. I like to put in my cleaning list, things that I have to get done around the house. And since this is my main agenda and not specific to any category of my life like work or finances or anything like that, I like to keep this all encompassing. So I do have some work stuff on here. If I have a call or a meeting, I do put it on this spread just so I can see it and have it visible. But I also use this for my home stuff, so meal prepping, meal planning, grocery shopping, things I want to do with my dogs, getting exercise, all of that good stuff goes into my weekly section. And I usually sit down to do my weekly planning either the weekend before the week or the Monday morning of that week. So sometimes I like to wake up early and have my coffee and sit down and do my planning. And then I usually add in my day specific items first, and then throughout the week I make sure to come back and keep updating my weekly spread. So I check off anything that I've already completed, and if anything else comes up, I continuously add to my weekly spread. So it's usually pretty bare at the beginning of the week, and then it fills up throughout the week. And one of my favorite parts of planning is going back into my weekly spread and checking off all of the boxes. Some days I feel like I get nothing done, but then I go sit down with my planner and I look at everything that I've completed, and checking off all of the boxes is so satisfying, and it really helps give me that sense of fulfillment, and I feel really productive when I do that. And when I feel overwhelmed or when I feel like I really need to plan things out, hour by hour, that's when I use a daily plan. So I will have another video in this series, my daily planning routine, but other than that, these are kind of the core inserts that I use. They're very simplistic, but they really help me stay organized and feel like I have my life together. Most of my stickers are either from the Planner Spot or Paper Panda, and then I also use highlighters in my Amazon storefront, stickers from Infinite Lotus, and obviously my Infinite Lotus inserts. If I miss anything in the description box, please let me know and I can go ahead and add that for you. Also, I just launched my own planning and stationery line, and we have task cards available for purchase if you want to check it out. It's called CASAVICI. You can go to CASAVICI.com and you can browse what we have right now. We also have restocks and new releases coming this Friday at 9 a.m. CST, and you can join the email newsletter for more details. That is it for me today. Before I go, I would like to thank our sponsor Skillshare and share a class that has been so helpful for me and I think that you guys would really love. The class is called Great Graphic Design and it's taught by Sophia Yeshi, who is a graphic designer and illustrator. There are 12 video lessons and there's some really good tips in here. She goes through the basic principles of graphic design, how to choose your references, setting up artboards, choosing your fonts, and then how to actually work with them to get the desired outcome that you want. If you're looking to learn something specific, like a program like Excel, QuickBooks, or if you're looking for something more broad, like the general topic of wellness, you can find a learning path that fits your needs and it'll curate content from different creators and queue them up for you, so once you finish one class, you can move right along to the next one. And I feel like this is a great tool if you're looking to switch career paths. You can start on a learning path and learn everything there is to know about a specific industry or topic. So as always, the first 1,000 people to join Skillshare with the link down below will get a free 1-month trial of the premium package, which is a great chance to explore all of the different topics and get great insight from great teachers.